Hi, everybody. This is Darren Dunlap with the Fargo-Moorhead West Fargo Chamber of Commerce. Welcome to our next edition of our Video Member Spotlight. I'm so honored today to be welcoming President and CEO Tyrone Leslie of Heritage Homes and Berkshire Hathaway. I'm going to read this to make sure that I get this right, Tyrone.
Sure.
Berkshire Hathaway Home Services and Premier Properties. Tyrone, thank you very much for joining me today.
Thank you very much for having me.
You know, I was amazed to find out, and it's kind of unlike you a little bit. You haven't been celebrating. I just found out that this is 25 years that Heritage Homes has been in this market. And I'm assuming that to you, some days it doesn't seem possible that it's that long, and other days it probably seems like you've been doing this forever. So first of all, congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We're very, very proud, needless to say, but I can tell you unequivocally that 25 years, it has seemed like a blur. We are very honored to be in this industry that we are in, satisfying customers' needs to live the American dream. There's nothing more or nothing different that I'd ever want to do, and that goes with our team as well. We're very, very honored to be able to be a part of this incredible community that has served us so incredibly well, and equally as much, we want to continue to serve our community the best way that we can.
That's fantastic, Tyrone. A question I have for you. So, obviously you've seen a lot of changes, but can you, once again, you reached out and talked about your team. So I would like to ask you about how your team has grown and from those beginning days, and what are some of the, what are the biggest changes that you've seen probably in the housing and real estate market in our location?
Well, just like any industry, it's always changing. And you have certain companies, whether it's in real estate, construction, technology, furniture sales, or car sales, people have the choice to continue to be on the cutting edge, if you will, not being proactive, not reactive. It happens in every industry. And in our case, one of the things, we started out a long time ago with 4 or 5 people in an office, trying to have some idea of what it is that we really want to be. 25 years later, we have 100 people under this roof, and I believe are doing such an amazing, caring job, whether it's selling real estate, existing product, or commercials, or certainly new home construction. We are very, very blessed to see the growth that's occurring with these 2 companies. But at the end of the day, my philosophy has always been, it's not about any one person. It's about a team of people that genuinely love what they do, are passionate about what they do, and therefore it's not a job. It's not a paycheck. It's a hobby. And when you live half your life working, be happy. Enjoy what you're doing. And if you don't, well, let's help you get there and find you where that place is going to be, because we've been blessed by God to have an incredible life, and just to be able to be on this earth is a blessing, never mind in this incredible country that we live in. So enjoy every minute. And we've been very blessed with our team, because without them, the whole thing doesn't matter.
That kind of segues into my next question, Tyrone. Life is changing and people are now working more from home. And I think that, and as we get further along, I think that we're going to see more and more of that. And so as a in home building, are you and your team, first of all, taking into account, people working from home, so that what traits can you put into that? But also, what can you attribute the growth in our market in new construction and existing home sales? Why has it been so strong here?
Well, we are, again, very blessed to be in this community. The reality is we don't have the peaks and valleys that a lot of other cities have, where you could be up 30, 40% over a period of time or drop 40 or 50% at any given time. We have a lot of incredible industry here that's not reliant on just one thing, so we have a vast amount of opportunities there, whether it's from hospitals to schools to farming to technology. We have an incredible base here. But again, you don't see it going up at such a dramatic rate where it's going to drop down. So when you invest in a new home here in this incredible community, you don't see that loss. You see the consistent gains. And because we are a conservative market too, you don't see prices also going up and down like a yo-yo. So, that does certainly help promote our industry. The other thing that certainly helps our industry is the fact that you can get mortgages at under 3% for 30 years. Like, a lot of people don't understand the power of that interest rate being at that level. It's like getting a 70 or 80 or a $90,000 more of a home for the same interest rate or for the same payment. Now, that's a lot of money. That puts a lot of jewelry in your home that you would otherwise be able to do. So that's a big deal for us, and that's something that we're certainly celebrating. Never mind that, you also got property tax credits that are phenomenal. People are able to take advantage of. But getting back to your other question, we're always going to have challenges in no matter where you are in the world. You're always going to have challenges. And what makes this country so incredibly beautiful, again, one of a billion reasons why, is because of the fact that we learn to adapt and figure out a way how to navigate through things that we wouldn't otherwise even thought about maybe 2 or 3 years ago. What we're going through in this day and age, I think we've navigated through it over the last 6-7 months. And I think that we're coming out to the other side just that much smarter, that much more aware, and the opportunities to be able to stay at home in some cases when you have these type of situations. And we have the technology to be able to do Zoom calls, just like what we're doing right now, and be just as effective. So we've been very, very fortunate with that as well. Our company is definitely in the leading trend of technology. So when that situation happened, there wasn't a big hiccup. We navigated through it, and you know what? It's going to be just fine. So you know what? You got to keep moving in this world. Again, you don't let things figure out how to knock you down. It's just how you get back up and get up even stronger and learn from it. That's half the battle right there.
Mm-hmm. Tyrone, I'm interested in finding out a little bit more about Heritage Homes and your team and the changing business model. You kind of touched on it a little bit, but I was hoping that maybe you could get into some specifics about how you and your team really try to reflect the needs of your ever-changing clientele with some of your developments. And I was hoping that maybe you would touch base on that.
I'd love to. Again, we're very blessed to be in this industry because it forces you to always be on the cutting edge and changing. But one of the things that we absolutely take very strong hold on is our the honor that is bestowed on us to build a beautiful home for a co-homeowner. We listen. We pay. That's part of our. I think that separates us from a lot of other companies, perhaps, is the fact that we really listen. We pay attention to what the homeowner's needs are, because every homeowner is different. They live differently. Anybody can build a beautiful home. It's great. They all have kitchens in them. They all have bathrooms in it. That's not the trigger. What the trick is the livability of that home and how you design that home to suit the family's lifestyle and how they live. Don't build a house that the family has to readjust how they live to live in the home. We need to be able to listen, understand how the homeowner lives, and design that home around their livability. And when you're able to do that and really pay attention, you got something very special. And I think that's one of the reasons why Heritage Homes enjoys 98.3% of its customers recommend Heritage Homes to their friends and family. That's a big number, and with that comes processes. It's so imperative that in the industry that is unfortunately contaminated, if you will, with change orders and costs that are over and beyond the homeowner's expectations at closing. Heritage Homes has 100% accuracy on ensuring that the customer has no economic surprises at closing. Now, put that in perspective. That's not 99%. That's not 94%, or even certainly 80%. 100%, which means that we have processes and systems that helps make sure that that homeowner is enjoying the journey of building their home, to not have any surprises at closing. Those are big statistics, which tells you there's a differential. And that's what makes maybe Heritage Homes maybe a little different than a lot of other industries that are out there that maybe doesn't have those processes, but most importantly, doesn't have a team necessarily to follow it. I could have the best policies and procedures in the world, but if you don't have a team that's there to support it and continue to grow it and make it better, again, you got nothing. So those are the kind of things that are very, very important. Watching the trend in construction is so beautiful, because what we were doing 20 years ago compared to what we're doing today is night and day. But again, the more that we educate ourselves, which we constantly do, I'm part of the National Association of Home Builders. I'm a national director as well as a life member at the Home Build Association here in Fargo. I've been very blessed to be a part of that association that is incredible to this community. It also is part of your give back, is giving back to your community and giving back to your industry that has given you so much. And we've learned a lot. We've paid attention a lot. And, when you see these houses being built today, they're gorgeous. Go to our website, look at some of our galleries, and look at some of the things that we're doing differently. One of the things I always laugh about is when we first started doing theaters, we're one of the very first builders to actually incorporate theaters in their homes. And before it was going to be all closed in theater, with a closed in by a door. And today, and with all theater seating, all soundproofed, to today, it's all open theaters downstairs if you're doing it in the lower level, and kind of more inviting. Theater seats are gone. People are putting in more of the reclining chairs, and more so the family gathering can be together and not be separated like you do in a theater. So just those little things that you're seeing, wall details like what you see behind me inside the home, from shiplap to exposed wood beams, and the cool things that you can do in your kitchen now, which makes it even easier to enjoy working in the kitchen while still enjoying the family in the family room. Those type of open designs, those are huge. While creating the de-stressing areas, which in your master bathroom is having that spa-like feature with gorgeous walk-in tiled showers. There's just so many things that we're doing differently. Landscaping, outdoor patio areas right now, where that's becoming a big deal. Even though our season's a lot less, the reality is people still want to enjoy it, and rightfully so. And especially when you had those last 6 months that we've been dealing with, where you can't necessarily go out and enjoy being social. Well, what do they want to do? They want to have that backyard area that is incredible and enjoyable and beautiful. So you get that with a brand new home. And that's one of the things that we get to enjoy doing for our homeowners, so that they really have a full and utter enjoyment when they build their home.
Tyrone, I want to thank you for bringing up the Home Builders Association, and thank you for your dedication to that. But I know that there's a parade of homes that's going to be coming up in September. It's going to be on the weekend of September 19th and 20th, as well as 26th and 27th, and from noon to 5. So we do want to promote that. But one of the things I did want to ask you about is, I assume that, of course, Heritage Homes is going to have a lot of opportunities on the parade of homes. But one that I was really interested in talking to you about specifically was, I had the benefit of coming out for a little event that you had not that long ago. It was an open house for the Ranch at the Wilds. And that seems to be a brand new concept for our market. And I was just so impressed, and I was really hoping that you could maybe speak a little bit about that.
I'd be honored to. Again, like we talked about earlier, it's about being proactive and really listening to your customers' needs. When to go back a little bit further, we had so many homeowners that want to build a heritage home, but where we were in our price point, so it's a little too high. We created our new Odyssey series that allowed homeowners to be able to live in a heritage home, have all the benefits of the service, the journey, and the whole end zone that we were just talking about earlier, in a home starting in the threes. That was phenomenal. It's taken off incredibly well, because again, there's a lot of great builders out there, but I think every builder is defined differently. And what defines us differently, again, is the team, the journey in which we produce a house, and then, of course, the closing that we celebrate. Every house we celebrate the closing. And then the 1 year after. As a matter of fact, one thing I want to bring you back to, again, talking about a great team, in an industry that typically at the time of closing, you have between 70 to 100 items still need to be done in the house. So you have trades trucking into your home while you're living in it with your kids and so on and so forth for a month, 2 months, 3 months, maybe even a year. Heritage Homes averages out one item at time of closing, which typically is a back order thing, like maybe a dent in the dishwasher or a light fixture that came broken that needs to be fixed, but it takes a couple of weeks to get. When you have systems like that, again, think of the emotional aspect of that homeowner moving into their home and not having to deal with trades coming in for the next 2-3 months, having to take time off from work, having to bring them into their house to deal with those type of things. The house is done. And that's a big deal. So getting back to listening to our customer, one of the things that we thought about was, and there's a lack of, is an active adult community. Uh, that was something that we created with the Aspens. I'm not sure if I think you maybe remember the Aspens that we built 4 or 5 years ago in South Fargo. That was just a beautiful development. We're exceptionally proud of it. Sold out in 3 years, 26 homes, averaging out between $500,000 to $800,000. Pretty phenomenal. The next thing we figured is that there's no development out there that's truly an active 55 development, which basically means you got homes that are all fenced in, not gated, but fenced. You have a community that has walkways, ponds, clubhouses, 3,000 square foot clubhouse with pickleball court, golf simulator, craft rooms, a beautiful living room setting with a gorgeous kitchen that you can rent out and just have a party with your friends, your neighbors, celebrate anniversaries, birthdays, Super Bowl weekend, whatever the case may be, and really have an opportunity to have all this in one community. Grass maintenance, snow maintenance, all taken care of for you. You have beautiful sidewalks and walkways around the pond that's lit at night, with gorgeous connectivity around the whole development. So many, many miles of being able to walk and enjoy while still being in a single family home, and enjoying all the features that you have in your current home without the wasted space that you're paying for, basements that you're always worried about leaving and having it flood or something crazy happening. We've kind of created this all with our ranch project that's going to feature 77 spectacular homes. That'll be 8 different floor plans people can choose. So starting from about 1,400, 1,500 square feet, all the way up to 3,000 square feet. So we can certainly accommodate the most critiqued person and make sure that we're accommodating their needs. This development is very, very exciting. We have over 16 units, I believe, 16 homes already committed for. We haven't even got our model homes in the ground out there. We're getting it next week, as a matter of fact. So we're very, very blessed. But it comes down to, again, listening to what our customers are looking for. And I think this particular product is going to serve that need incredibly well. As a matter of fact, specials are under $8,000 per home. Like, that's phenomenal in an industry that's typically $40,000 to $60,000 for specials. So I think we've managed it quite well. Again, we have incredible trade partners that'll be a part of this, and again, very, very blessed.
Tyrone, I know that I've had the good fortune of knowing you for many years, and I know how important philanthropy is to you and to the Leslie family. And I guess one of the things that really probably sticks in my mind the most when I think of Heritage Homes is your work with the Extreme Home Makeover. As well as the Sunshine Kids. I think those are two of the most impactful areas that you guys have been involved with. But, what is it that about you, your family, and your team that makes you want to give back to your community so much?
Just listen to what you just said. If that's exactly the motivation to be able to help your community, I don't know what is, and again, we're very blessed in this community that there's so many companies out there that do the same thing. Unlike a lot of other communities, I belong to a Builder 20 group that has different builders around the country that gets together twice a year to talk about how we can become better and service our customers better. And when I hear some of the things that are happening in other parts of the country, which are great, because there's a lot of great things that are happening, again, just reminds me how blessed I am to be in this wonderful community that we are in. But I think that was taught to a lot of us when we were kids. The second that you only take, how long do you think you're going to last in this industry? And certainly when you're on your deathbed, are you going to think about, oh, look at all the money I had, I'm great? Nah. I always read that poem. It's called The Dash. I'm not sure if you've ever heard about the Dash. If you haven't, look it up and read it. It's about what you do from your day you're born to the day you die. What matters is not those 2 dates. It's what's in the middle, what you've done with your life. And when you can positively influence and affect people's lives in a way that makes them better as well as yourself, I think you are doing what God wants you to do, and which is make people happy and making it a better place to be. When I was a kid, my mom and my dad always taught me, you give back more than what you get. just always realize that, and the feeling that you get from doing that is incredible and immeasurable. And I've been very blessed with the team that I have here that feels the exact same way. So it makes this process so incredible. The Extreme Makeover was something that most builders in the world don't get to do. And just to do one is incredible. We did 3, and being asked to do it 3 times is not so much a thing for Heritage Homes as much as it's Heritage Homes and our community, and how we all came together to do something that is not easy. Building a house in 4.5 days, that's 3,000 square feet from scratch, is not something that you can easily do. But when you have a community that supports you, a trade partners that Heritage Homes has that is by far second to none, and a team, most importantly, that generally thinks from their heart and performs from their heart, that's what that does. So very blessed to be able to do that. To help kids with cancer is what we do with Sunshine Kids, that Berkshire Hathaway Home Services has been doing for many, many years. Locally, we will be over $400,000 raised for this community for kids to be able to have them go on trips they wouldn't otherwise be able to do, chaperoned, not with your parents, but being around other kids that have the same situation going on in their lives, so they can relate and really be able to bond while also being in a place that they've never seen or may not ever be able to see. And to be able to do that and have these kids come home with an experience, that in itself is a very healing thing. And from our standpoint, to see those face expressions on those kids being able to get on a plane maybe for the first time, but never mind that, be able to go to Disney World, go to Colorado, go to California, go to Washington, and be able to learn different things about this country, or just be able to be a kid that they don't ever, unfortunately, have not been able to do. We're very honored to be a part of that. And again, so many other things that we do, from United Way, rape and abuse centers. There's just so many good things out here, and associations that help people that we obviously want to be a part of. Edith Sanford Breast Research, we're a part of that. As a matter of fact, in October, we've been doing this for many years. For every house that we sold, we donate money. For every home sold, goes to the Edith Sanford Breast Cancer Research. Huge, because you know what? It's the right thing to do. So when you have that philosophy, and if it's profit, I don't care who you are, it's only going to last so long. It's when you have the other issue, the other things in mind that are very much more real and in depth. That's when you really truly live life that God's given us.
Tyrone, I thank you very much for that. I do want to wrap up here. So I want to point out, you've been recognized as a U.S. Chamber Small Business of the Year nationally. You were the 2018 Chamber Choice Award as Entrepreneur of the Year locally. So, I'm going to say that, your efforts are not going unnoticed, but it also, as you said before, it couldn't happen with just you. It really does depend on the team that you've assembled over these years. So I guess as we wrap up, I would like you to, just give your final thoughts on your team and what they've meant to Heritage Homes and Berkshire Hathaway.
Well, like I said earlier, no company is about any one person, and you will not have success. And we as a company are very team oriented. Everything that we do, it's anything I preface, it's always about the team concept. I love football, and that industry and that business, when you really think it through, it really correlates to business in almost every way. And those accolades you just mentioned earlier are very humbling. It's very much appreciated. It lets us know as a company we're on the right track. But it wasn't me that won that. Like we said, it's our team that won that. And when you look at what Berkshire Hathaway Home Services is doing, and also what Heritage Homes is doing in the industry, it's not me. I'm just a spoke in the wheel, a cog in the document. And it's the team that makes that work. And when you have that, you got everything. And you know what? Thank God we don't have a revolving door at this company. So people come to work here, they typically just stay to retire. And to me, that's awesome. That's when we know we're doing the right thing, and they're as committed as I am. In some cases, even more. That's beautiful. That's when I think you'll never ever you always aspire to always get there. But you know what? we don't ever always get there until we see God, of course, and whatnot. I'm pretty ecstatic. I'm pretty stoked about our team. I'm pretty stoked about the fact of what we've accomplished and what we have yet to accomplish in this incredible community. And I also want to thank you and the Chamber for all your support and everything that you've done to this community. God bless Craig Whitney. I miss him. Our conversations that we have, the texts that I get from him are amazing. To this day, I'm still trying to think, what was that text? And I'll read it just to see. But, I miss him. But you guys are an incredible team, and we value our partnership with everything that you guys do. It's beautiful, and I thank you for that as well.
Well, Tyrone, on behalf of the Chamber of Fargo-Moorhead, West Fargo, we want to thank you for making your business here, and we absolutely want to wish you and your team a happy 25th birthday. We can't wait to see where the next 25 years takes you and our community. And I will say that when you talked about loving to work, it's not work if you love it. I think you exemplify that with just a smile when you talk about your business and your team. That really is something that we can all take away from this. So, Tyrone, again, congratulations on 25 years. Looking forward to the next 25 years, my friend.
God bless you. I'll be here beside you, man. We'll make it happen.